What if everything you thought you knew about America was a lie? Beneath the surface of skyscrapers, freedom, and flashy headlines, there's a darker reality, one that's rarely shown on the news, one that's getting worse in 2025. Welcome to the other side of America, where chaos brews quietly and silence costs lives. Hey, seekers of truth, welcome back to Globe Myst, the channel where we peel back the layers and reveal the realities the world tries to ignore. Today, we're diving into the disturbing hidden crisis unfolding across the United States in 2025, from rising mental health issues to collapsing social systems, and from digital decay to political unrest. What you're about to hear is not a conspiracy. It's a harsh, unfiltered truth. So buckle up, because this isn't just a documentary. It's a reality check. In 2025, America is experiencing an unprecedented mental health emergency. According to updated reports, over 60 million Americans are battling some form of mental illness. Depression and anxiety are no longer rare. They're the norm. Suicide is now among the leading causes of death for people aged 10 to 34. The healthcare system, stretched thin post-COVID, has failed to adapt. Clinics are understaffed, underfunded, or closing down. Many rural counties don't even have a single licensed psychiatrist. Emergency rooms are the new crisis centers, but they aren't equipped to provide long-term mental health care. For millions, there's no clear path to healing, only survival. America is drowning in prescriptions. Over 75 million people are now taking psychiatric drugs. Children as young as 5 are being diagnosed with ADHD and prescribed stimulants. Anxiety? Here's a benzodiazepine. Depression? Try SSRIs. Insomnia? Pop a sleeping pill. The pharmaceutical industry is making billions, but long-term solutions are being ignored. Worse, many patients are becoming chemically dependent, developing withdrawal symptoms if they stop. Big Pharma's influence on legislation and health policy keeps the profits flowing, while people stay medicated, not cured. Is this about wellness or just wealth? Social media isn't just a distraction, it's reshaping the human mind. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and X have created an environment of constant comparison, pressure, and performance. Algorithms reward extreme content, pushing teens toward toxic beauty standards, false realities, and emotional overexposure. Cyberbullying is relentless, and the addiction to validation has led to a rise in self-harm and body dysmorphia. Studies show a direct correlation between increased screen time and depressive symptoms in teens. Ironically, the more connected we are, the more isolated we feel. Today's teens face a level of psychological pressure previous generations never imagined. Climate anxiety, school shootings, economic uncertainty, identity struggles, and parental neglect all stack up. Many are forced to grow up fast, and emotionally, they're falling apart. Over 40% of high school students report feeling persistently sad or hopeless, but school counselors are overwhelmed, with student-to-counselor ratios exceeding 400 to 1 in many districts. And with increasing censorship in schools, open discussions around mental health, gender, trauma, and emotions are being shut down instead of supported. Behind the rolling hills and quiet farmland, a silent epidemic is brewing. Access to mental health care in rural communities is virtually non-existent. Long travel distances, lack of insurance, and the stigma around mental illness mean people suffer in silence. Men, in particular, are more likely to die by suicide in rural areas, where talking about feelings is seen as weakness. Add poverty, job loss, and opioid addiction into the mix, and the picture becomes even darker. While urban centers slowly adapt, rural America is left behind. In the digital age, loneliness has become deadly. Studies now link chronic loneliness to heart disease, dementia, and early death. People report having fewer close friends than ever before. Elderly Americans often go days or even weeks without meaningful human interaction. Millennials and Gen Z, despite being hyper-connected online, feel more isolated than previous generations. Loneliness affects the brain, much like physical pain, and in 2025, it's estimated that 1 in 4 Americans feels truly alone. Therapy in America is largely unaffordable. A single session can range from $100 to $250, making consistent care a financial burden. Insurance coverage is inconsistent, and those who do get coverage often face months-long wait lists. The result? People turn to YouTube videos, apps, or worse, self-medicating. Mental health becomes a luxury for the rich, while the poor spiral further into darkness. Meanwhile, influencer therapists on TikTok blur the lines between professional help and harmful advice. The American prison system has become the de facto mental institution. Over 500,000 inmates suffer from serious mental illness, often due to lack of treatment in the outside world. Once inside, they face neglect, abuse, and solitary confinement. Prisons are not designed for healing, yet they house more mentally ill people than hospitals do. This reflects a society that punishes mental illness instead of treating it. Many leave prison worse off than when they entered, perpetuating cycles of trauma, addiction, and recidivism. What if everything you thought you knew about America was a lie? Beneath the surface of skyscrapers, freedom, and flashy headlines, there's a darker reality, one that's rarely shown on the news, one that's getting worse in 2025. Welcome to the other side of America, where chaos brews quietly and silence costs lives. Hey, seekers of truth. Welcome back to Globe Myst, the channel where we peel back the layers and reveal the realities the world tries to ignore. Today, we're diving into the disturbing hidden crisis unfolding across the United States in 2025, from rising mental health issues to collapsing social systems, and from digital decay to political unrest. What you're about to hear is not a conspiracy. It's a harsh, unfiltered truth. So buckle up, because this isn't just a documentary. It's a reality check.